All right, guys, what we have for you today is we're going to draft movies with the best plot twist. So I'll let you know if we're going to actually spoil it when we discuss it. But when we draft the movie, we won't spoil it directly until we say, "Hey, we're about to spoil it." In which case, just fast forward to the next movie. I have the first overall pick in this draft, and with my first overall pick, I'm really torn between two, but I'm going to take the one that I think is more iconic, more pop culturally relevant. I'm going to take Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader saying, "No, I am your father." That is my first overall pick. Will, I think I know where you're going with one of your next two picks here, and I don't like it, but you're on the clock.
Oh, okay. I mean, I thought for sure you were taking this pick, and I am so happy you didn't. I am going with The Usual Suspects.
One of our all time favorite movies.
Yes, 100%. Spoiler alert coming. The plot twist in it is that Kaiser Sose was Kevin Spacey all along, as he's telling the story throughout the entire movie.
One of the best instances in film of the unreliable narrator, and one of the first movies I watched in high school that really got me into movies.
Yes, it's such a fantastic movie. Okay, with pick number 3, I am going to go with one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Oh, wait, there's two of them here. I'm gonna go with the one that I didn't see coming when I first saw it, and that is Saw.
Wow. No, that's
Spoiler
a good
alert,
one.
spoiler incoming. The climax of the film, when everything is going on, it turns out that John Kramer, Jigsaw, has been laying in the pool of blood in the bathroom, uh, with the two protagonists the entire time, unconscious.
Quite literally hiding in plain sight.
100%.
My next pick is one that it's a movie I admittedly don't necessarily love as much as most, but I have to take it. I can't let it slide any further. It is M. Night Shyamalan's The Sixth Sense, a movie that I'm not even going to spoil because I think some maybe younger people haven't seen it. It's not a movie that's really talked about that much anymore, aside from the plot twist. So I'm just going to say it's a plot twist that you probably won't see coming to that detail. And there's plenty of surprises throughout the movie leading up to that as well. It's a phenomenal movie. Once again, a movie I don't really come back to a lot. I don't love it as much as most, but it is a very, very iconic plot twist. That is my number four, or the fourth overall pick. Next up, I'm going to take not necessarily the best plot twist available, but to me, the best movie available. And that is my favorite movie of all time, Christopher Nolan's Memento. A movie that, once again, like The Sixth Sense, there are so many plot twists and reveals throughout, but I'm specifically referring to the last couple scenes of the movie where you really find out the truth about some of the main characters. So that'll be my third pick, my fifth selection overall. Will, you're up here again with back to back picks.
Okay, I'm going to go with the John Cusack,
Oh,
slasher film directed by James Mangold, Identity.
I thought you'd take that. It's a great one.
It is a very good movie with a stellar cast: John Cusack, Ray Liotta, Amanda Peet, Alfred Molina, Rebecca De Mornay. I love this movie. It is one of my favorite. I don't even classify it as a slasher movie. It's just a great twist of a movie. I'm not going to spoil it because anyways, if you want to watch it, you got to go in blind.
Again,
Um,
another movie with like multiple plot twists too.
very much so. Okay. I think I'm going to go the horror route again. Oh wait, no. I forgot this movie when we were doing our decades
Oh,
thriller series. But I'm not gonna forget it here. I'm gonna go with one of my favorite Ethan Hawke movies, and that
hmm.
is Predestination.
Oh, I didn't even write that down. Oh, that's a good
Now
pick.
you know how I feel during our decade series.
One of I don't think we should spoil that, Will, because
No,
not
I
enough
am not
people have
spoiling
seen
it.
that
It
movie.
is such a great movie, with great themes, a great twist,
Oh,
fantastic twist. Yeah, that's I'm going with that one.
such an underrated movie. And a
So that
movie that I kind of guessed the plot twist, but just not to the extent of that plot twist, if that
yes,
makes sense.
the plot twist was very it was a little convoluted when you first watch it, but if you watch it a second time, you really understand everything that goes on with it.
Oh, it's so good. Such a like relevant movie, like, politically as well.
Yes, and
Oh,
very unrecognized. Like, it came out about 10 years ago,
yep,
10, 12 years
2014.
ago, and it's not talked about enough.
No. I mean, like, I totally forgot about it as well for my 2010s list. It would have been an honorable mention for sure. Oh, that's a good pick. I didn't even write that down. Okay, so these are my final 2 picks here. I am going to take a movie I know you haven't seen, Will. It's a franchise you're not particularly a fan of. I'm gonna kinda loop 2 together. I'm gonna go the Harry Potter series, specifically the twist at the end of Half-Blood Prince and the flashback scene in Deathly Hallows Part 2. I'm gonna kinda combine them. Essentially, the truth about Snape is kinda my plot twist. I
Okay.
won't dive in further because, Will, I know you haven't seen it. I know you've kinda know some of the twists in it,
Yes.
but it's best experienced, like, not knowing everything, I'll say.
No,
And, I
that's fair.
mean, some of the most emotional scenes I've ever seen in a movie. So this is my last pick now. I'm gonna go with another movie that I think is kind of underappreciated, and it is another plot twist, another movie with multiple plot twists that you don't see coming, especially the ending, because you really don't typically see this guy play a villain, I'll say, and even the villain has a great point. I'm gonna go with Ben Affleck's directorial debut. I'm gonna go Gone Baby Gone, starring his brother Casey Affleck. And this is a movie that, because it was so good, Ben Affleck went on to direct The Town, which is really good, and he won Best Picture with Argo. He was going to make the Batman movie at one point. This movie's phenomenal. I think it's kind of underrated as well. Really kind of dark ending, but it also kind of puts you, the viewer, into the situation of the main character. What would you do? Type thing. Have you seen Gone Baby Gone? Will,
I have not.
highly recommend.
I'm gonna go with another horror movie. I'm gonna go with Scream.
Oh, I didn't even write that down. Oh
Scream
man.
has such a great plot twist at the end with and with how meta it is. It's yeah, so yeah, we'll add Scream to my team here with Usual Suspects, Saw, Scream, Predestination, and Identity.
Will, I'm going to concede you won this draft. I forgot about Scream. I would have taken that probably third round. Uh,
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't. I figured when I took Saw, you would take Scream.
yeah, you definitely went more down the horror route. I definitely went more on the crime thriller route. So to recap my list, I have Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. I have The Sixth Sense, Memento, and then I also have Harry Potter and Gone Baby Gone. Will,
Yep.
some honorable mentions I wrote down here. I thought about taking this over Memento in particular. I have another Nolan movie, The Prestige, a movie that kind of like Saw, where the plot twist is hiding in plain sight the whole time. You just don't see it, or you're not paying attention to it.
Yep.
I also have Old Boy written down, Park Chan Wook's Old Boy, the original. Another plot twist that is really, really dark and messed up, but it's completely out of left field and really surprising. I have Shutter Island written down here. It's a plot twist that I think is kind of easy to predict, easy to see coming, but it's still very effective. Prisoners and Arrival, both Denis Villeneuve movies. I know you haven't seen Prisoners, Will, but it's got a pretty good twist that you don't necessarily see coming, and it's just a great movie.
Okay.
Arrival, another good plot twist, and
Um.
just as good.
Yeah, a couple honorable mentions I had. The Prestige was one that I also had on here. It's a movie I haven't seen in a very long time, and
Mm.
actually, I didn't even know I had seen it until I actually started reading the bit of the plot, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen this." Another one. This is just a fun movie for me. It's one of my guilty pleasures. It's called Lucky Number 11.
I've heard of it,
Came
never seen it.
came out in the mid 2000s. Stars Josh Hartnett and I believe Morgan Freeman. Hold on, I'll bring it up really quick.
Morgan Freeman's in Gone Baby Gone.
Stars Josh Hartnett, Lucy Liu, Bruce Willis, Stanley Tucci, Ben Kingsley, and yep, Morgan Freeman.
You're a
Uh,
big Bruce Willis guy, so
I am. This is it's a neo noir crime movie, but also has a comedy elements to it. But the twist at the end is just really fun, and it's
hmm.
no, I shouldn't say fun. It's fun when you looking back on it, but it was a very good twist. Uh, I'm not going to reveal it because I don't think Brandon you've seen this movie,
No, I haven't.
and I think it's one that's worth experiencing the first time without getting spoiled. Another movie I had was Seven. It's not a movie
Awesome.
that I particularly go back to very often. I think I've only seen it 3 or 4 times over the years. For anyone who's ever seen the movies, it's actually about a serial killer who goes about using the seven deadly sins, and there's a big climax at the end. Brad Pitt was phenomenal in it. And my other one that I had is a movie that I don't think a lot of people have seen, and it's a bit of a shame because I think it's actually one of Johnny Depp's um, best roles. That's called Secret Window.
Nice.
David Cap directed it and wrote it.
We love
Uh,
David Kep here.
yes. And yeah, it's based on a novella, but John Turturro is also very good in it. Based off of a book by Stephen King. Um, has like just a great plot twist at the end where you don't really see it, you don't see it coming, and when it finally happens, you're just like, whoa, like this makes everything else fall into place. Because there's a lot of weird things that happen throughout the movie that are not explained until the very end, and once you get that twist, you're like, oh, that's why that happened. So yeah, that was another one I had on my list there.
A couple other ones I've just thought of off the top of my head. The Shawshank Redemption, not really a plot twist in a sense, but the reveal I didn't see coming, and on rewatch, you definitely see the pieces, and you're like, "How did I not see that coming?" If that makes sense. American Beauty, another one. You brought up Seven. American Beauty. I mean, Kevin Spacey movies are really like the kings of plot twist movies. The ending of American Beauty, it's another one. It's not really like a. It's a movie that shows its hand at the like literally the first couple lines of dialogue, but you don't really know how you get there. And the way that you get there is surprising, but also kind of makes sense on rewatch as well.
Yeah. Oh, no one actually just thought of is American Psycho. Is got a good,
Yeah,
pretty good twist at the end there. I'm not a big fan of the movie itself. The satire in it is it's a little much
it's a
for me.
movie. Yeah, it's a movie where like you don't really you can interpret it as a plot twist, but you can also interpret it as not. Kind of like Inception.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Inception is another one where yeah, it's not really a plot twist, but it is like
It's up
it
to
kind of teeters out.
interpretation.
Yeah, it teeters that line.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Well, thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to be doing a Tom Cruise movie draft next before Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. I'm super excited for that. I mean, Tom Cruise,
that
one of my all-time favorite actors.
it's closing of almost 3 decade series.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
there's
excited for it.
a lot of different movies to discuss. Make sure you're subscribed and join us for that.
Vanilla
Thanks.
Sky is going number one.